Well, I have here a Lithuanian-made knife that is attempting to accomplish what few fixed blades can. Give us pocket knife carryability and convenience, but fixed blade level strength and capability. This is the TRC Knives Polheim in Magnacut. Now, Polheim means home at the pole, which is the name that Norwegian explorer Roald Amundsen gave his base camp that he erected upon reaching the South Pole. And even though the conditions were brutal, he felt right at home, just like how this knife, in theory, is intended and designed to be carried with you every day and accomplish a plethora of tasks in any condition. So let's explore what this knife's capabilities are, a few of its limitations, and I'll share with you how difficult or easy it is to reprofile a Magnacut blade. And make sure to stick around because a little bit later on in the video, you'll get an opportunity to possibly win one of these for yourself. So thanks for joining me. I'm Aaron. This is Gideon's Tactical. Let's dive on in. Now, TRC knives are known for having an excellent level of refinement, quality control, and fit and finish, but also being tough and durable. Then throw in the mix Magnacut steel, which is known to have excellent corrosion resistance, toughness, and wear resistance. So let's see how the knife and the steel stand up to their reputations. Now we'll kick things off by doing our 5 strikes into a 2x4 with some lateral side to side. And I have to say, at 0.13 inches thick on the stock, this tip is rather tough. Now, as we clamp it in between two 2x4s to test out its lateral durability and make sure that the heat treat is done right and it's not too soft, making it flex and then stay bent, it should spring back into place, and it does just that. And I'd love to know from you guys, I've had a few over my lifetime of knives that have bent and not sprung back. Have you ever had that experience, and what was the knife that did that? Then we headed out for some backcountry exploration, and I used this for some fire prep as well as utility around camp. Now, up to this point, I've been super happy with the toughness and durability of this tool, but one thing I began to notice is that the factory edge was a little thick for me. Now, the factory edge was totally usable. I just like mine a little bit finer, and I wanted to bring it back a little bit, and I've never done that with Magnacut before, so I was really curious to see what reprofiling, how much elbow grease that would really take, and was it even really doable with my WorkSharp kit. I was pleasantly surprised that with 20 passes on each side of the blade, going from coarsest down to the strop, I was able to reprofile the edge to 17 degrees on each side. And this gave me a little more bite to the blade, which is what I prefer on smaller fixed blades. And once I did that, I noticed a tasty level of performance and utility tasks. Now, speaking to the size of this knife, it's gonna be 4 inches from handle to tip, and it's gonna weigh in at 4.8 ounces for the knife itself. And when you click the Polheim in the sheath, it's only gonna add 2 more ounces. And throw down a comment and let me know what the weight is of your go-to pocket knife. I'd like to know what the average weight is. And to circle back and remind us about performance to carryability, this knife, because of its edge geometry and thickness and weight, reminds me a lot of those of you who might like heavy-duty folders like the Benchmade Adamas. This is the full-size version. You can see there definitely got some similarities and kind of vibe, grind, those type of things, except for the fact that with the sheath, the Polheim is going to be almost the exact same weight as this folding pocket knife, which just is not going to be as strong as a fixed blade. And the Polheim is 0.135, and the stock thickness on the Adamas is going to be 0.145. So this is actually thicker and the same weight, and it folds, whereas this is a fixed blade, it's thinner, and is rocking that Magnacut steel. Now, as we continue to explore the capabilities and versatility of the Polheim design, I can tell you there's one piece of gear and equipment that I take with me in my kit that is extremely versatile and capable, and it's my Hardside hydration Swig rig and ultralight Swig rig systems, and that's why I'm glad they're today's sponsor, because they empower you to get hands-free hydration out of your favorite water bottle you already own. Regardless if you prefer more wide mouth, heavy-duty water bottles or lightweight 28mm mouthed water bottles, they have rigs to fit either design. And it's great to have an American-based company providing solutions to problems that we encounter when we're out there exploring, and not now having to rely on those cumbersome water bags, but be able to get hands-free hydration in a much more streamlined way. So I'll have a link in the description below this video over to the Hardside Hydration website, where you can check out all the different rig setups that are available to help you better determine for yourself which one would be best suited for your environment and needs. And don't forget about my exclusive 10% off promo code, which you can apply towards your purchase. So hop on over and start getting rehydrated. Now, every sheath on a fixed blade needs to be well thought out. That's where the knife lives 90% of the time, and even more so when we're talking about a pocket carryable, potentially everyday carry scenario designed fixed blade, and they have executed this. It's exquisite, really. Honestly, that is what makes it so enjoyable to carry, the included attachment option, the layout, all of it. So what we're looking at here is a slim profile. The thickness in your pocket would be 0.35 on the thickness. So that's pretty slim, and definitely slimmer than most pocket knives. And we have really nice lashing that are Blade Tech, as well as Molly Lock, as well as Ulti-Clip, which is included ready. They're all ready. This Ulti-Clip is what it comes standard with. It's gonna have a retention screw so you can loosen or tighten the type of retention, particularly if you're gonna carry it upside down in some form or design. Now, the tension that I have is excellent, but boom, just pops right off with that beautiful thumb ramp. And it is designed in such a way that in a reverse grip, I can pull it out and I don't have to reset if I had to use it in a self-defense roll. And same in that main scenario, there's no walk up required. So excellently done. And then the Ulti-Clip, really perfectly designed to put into your pocket. I've carried it in my main, strong side pocket. I've also carried it clipped onto my cargo pocket, and I've also carried it in my belt at about 4 o'clock on that angle, and it works well in all 3 positions for me, and have carried it multiple times just running around town doing errands, and I forget that it's even on me, which is exactly what you want. So they have absolutely executed the idea of EDCing this sheath very well. Now the handle is where you're really gonna see some of that craftsmanship coming to life, with the scales being 4.5 inches overall length. The internal gap right there where your hand is actually going to be is 3.75, which for my large size hands fits great. I got plenty of real estate out the back, and I'm not cramped up on that guard. My finger is nice and indexed. We'll talk about how that indexing works and doesn't work depending on what you're doing with this tool. But you can see they're really well done, even in a reverse grip. Nice flow through tubing on either side there. Just gives an extra layer of quality because I've not had any shifting movement whatsoever with all the pounding and use that I've been putting this through. Then we have a crowned spine that is chamfered so well. It's just microns above the scales. And when a company can do that and execute that well, you know that there's some craftsmanship, and that is done so well, and it flows right in the chamfering and rounding on all the edges. There's not a hot spot here on this tool, and it just feels so organic in the hand. It feels really, really good. And part of that is done with the 0.6 something, I don't know, 3 thick handle scale. And then we got this micarta, I believe they call it like double black, and they have this ribbing on there that is medium texture. I wouldn't call it light. You're gonna get a little bit of grip, and it's not heavy by any means. Feels really good and warm to the touch, and really fills my hand out well. And then you got that really nice jimping right there. Not sharp, I can literally and it's not gonna create a hot spot or pain. Now for this cut-in, I really enjoyed that for general utility. It locks me into place, doesn't feel too thin there, and I'm able to feel like I have a lot of control and a lot of protection, piercing, push cutting through different material, and doing that, or in a reverse grip, being able to use it like that. I'm not gonna slide up on the blade. The one area where I saw it lag was when I started to do dedicated woods craft. And I was like, I'm gonna make a bundle of feather sticks here. I'm gonna be here for a while, and now I'm gonna try and do a bunch of notching and different things. I found that my index finger would start to kind of float, and then I would try to be re-gripping and finding a different angle and kind of putting my thumb up, and that would work for a little while. And then, I'd wanna go back to just a dedicated hammer grip, and then my finger would start floating again. And that's why we see most dedicated woods knives, they have a more organic, more broom handle style to the handle. So it's excellent for general utility or quick woods working, but it wouldn't be my first choice if I was participating in, say, a feather stick making competition, because I would be resetting my grip more frequently than I would with other knives that are designed for dedicated woodscraft. Now we'll get to the details on the giveaway here in just a moment, but let's go ahead and talk pricing as well as 2 other Magnacut competitive options. Now I do appreciate TRC hooking me up with this particular model so I could break it down for you, show you pros, cons, help you determine for yourself if a compact EDC-able fixed blade is the right choice for you or not. Now in Europe, where obviously they are founded, these are gonna go for about 350 euros and about 350 to 360 US dollars. So for Magnacut, the fit and finish, and if you have been following or aware of TRC, you know that some of their knives are just some of the staples of like premium over there in Europe, and they're definitely producing high quality fit and finish. Now, that's obviously a pretty penny, and to give you a couple quick options, now we'll have links to the Polheim as well as the competitive options so you guys can determine for yourself what makes the most sense for you. Those will be in the description box below this video. Now, if you want something that's more woodscraft focused, the Reef Knives F4, soon to be released in Magnacut, would be a great option. Similar blade length, 5/32 of an inch thick, longer handle, thicker, fuller handle, making it a lot more comfortable for long, extended woodworking tasks. This would feel great for a feather stick competition. And it's going to be, either with a kydex or a leather sheath, a little bit more bulky. So great for an outdoor adventure as your dedicated woods knife, but it wouldn't be my first choice to go run to a hardware store and carry for an EDC. Now, if you want something that's even lighter and slices like a Spyderco, there is the Montana Knife Company Speed Goat in Magnacut. This is a full flat grind. This thing is less than 1/8 of an inch thick. It is precise as all get out. Paracord wrapped handle. So it feels good in the hand, but it's thin, you know, great for concealing, but there's not a level of durability you're just gonna get with the thicker stock and the flat grind that is on the Polheim. You're gonna get an excellent kydex sheath, not quite as laid out for pocket carry. You could modify some stuff there, but it is still very light, very concealable. And this one's also made in the US for about $225. Now, if you wanna win this brand new Polheim, unused, ready to rock and roll for you, you need to hop on over to the community section of the Gideon's Tactical homepage here on YouTube. If you're not familiar with that section, you just go over where you see video, playlists, and there's a section that says community. You click on that, there is a separate post that has this giveaway. There will be all the rules, stipulations that exist there. Please read that, and then feel free to comment below based off of those rules, and we will pick somebody at random from that portion of the comment section. So in conclusion, what I love about the Polheim is that it walks this fine line of not being a dedicated woods knife, but not being a super ultra light compact EDC either. It gives you durability and strength, but giving it to you in a very carryable, compact package, but not sacrificing blade length and giving it to you for like 2.75 inches blade length. Like what can you cut with that? You know, but it's not this huge, you know, dedicated like woods knife or survival knife. So it's just this really well executed blend of excellent Magnacut steel in a package that is ideal for everyday carry. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. What's your take and thoughts on the TRC knife company as a whole? If you own one, how's been your experience? And what is your thoughts on this Polheim design? I look forward to reading all the comments. I appreciate you taking your time out today and joining me on this adventure as we have explored what this company that's new to me, and probably new to many of you here in the States particularly, has to offer. Until next time, I invite you to check out the other video popping up and to subscribe. And always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.